it seems so brazenly foolish for these people to even be tangentially connected to Epstein.
Well, and again, not before this time.
I don't want to be giving them an out, but I want to be really understanding the situation. If you are operating with somebody who uses, nefarious techniques to hide money, which I do not put past any wealthy person.
No.
Anybody who's got tens of millions of dollars, I promise you they are doing some shady shit to hide that money, to move that money. Yeah. Like, I know a guy who would fly to the fucking Bahamas with tens of thousands of dollars strapped to his body. It sounds like out of a movie. He would do it regularly.
Why are you snitching on me like that?
Yeah. That's guys.
You guys all know him. I just want to. So there was a regular thing to just avoid taxation, setting up accounts back, and I think this is probably like the 80s. This is not as so doing these things to avoid taxes is quite common amongst the people who makes tens, 20, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But doing it so directly with Epstein is what I find peculiar. And there's a part of me that goes, if they're doing it directly with him, do they not feel concern about his relationships and intentions? Is there some sort of trust there? Because like you said earlier, the CIA knows they're on some fuck shit. So they're like, we got to make sure that we're not associated with this. Why would you not?
Well, that's a great question. Especially,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't. If he's been operating for a decade now and he hasn't been caught, hasn't gotten any trouble, it's like, oh, this guy's good.
That's the defense I would make is that in pre 2005, before the investigation, it's actually somewhat understandable for somebody who is not in Palm Beach or New York society. I would say more in the 1980s. From about 95 onward, it's an open secret. Jeffrey Epstein likes kids. Jeffrey Epstein likes them.
When does he first get caught?
I thought it's 2005. That's the very first investigation into Epstein, the actual law enforcement investigation.
So we could make the argument that before that, it's greed.
Well, yeah. Again, though, because all of these people live, this is as you're saying, the super rich is the smallest is the smallest group in the world. Yeah. They may live all over the world, but they're actually all in the same place, basically all at the same time.
Yeah, they're doing all the
jet
setter
events. They're always in London. Yeah. They're always, Tahoe, whatever, like Palm Beach. This is why they all know each other. So to a certain extent, I actually can't really forgive it because it's such an open secret in the 1990s that Jeffrey Epstein likes little kids, basically, and is trafficking young women. Well, before the 90s, I guess we could give them somewhat of a pass, but it starts to become out in the open.
I'm not trying to give a pass. What I'm trying to do is not be guilty of internet trends.
Yeah, sure.
Which is applying something we learn about and is confirmed in 2005 and 2008 with a conviction to everyone prior to that.
Fair.
I think after 2005 and definitely after 2008, you're aware that you're dealing with a convicted pedophile.
So you're a registered sex offender.
Yeah,
registered sex offender.
There's no excuse. Yes. But before that, I do think that there are these people that just want money and they'll do anything for money, and they are already operating in pseudo illegal behaviors and activities. And there's this incredible desire and thirst for power, so they might be willing to rub shoulders with these nefarious characters.
And if there's some, before 2005, there's some level of plausible denial.
There is some. Yeah,
even
exactly
if they do
right.
know,
and
they're like, he's not.
And if he's like, I could save you $1 billion, you might be tempted to take that plausible deniability.
This is the thing. You're taking it literally, and I'm still not quite sure that I'm there yet. I'm not quite sure he actually was doing anything of the tax advice sort. I still don't know. Yeah, I still am not clear on what he was actually doing.
I don't think anybody's clear.
Nobody's clear. That's part of the problem.
Which is what's so. But I want to make sure that when we're pinning people to certain things, like if you're staying in his penthouse after he's a registered sex offender, you're pinned. There's
like
no
the Prime Minister of Israel.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry.
Multiple times.
Like
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Didn't he have an office in Harvard?
Yeah.
Was that after?
Well, I'm not sure about that. I'd have to go back and double check.
But again, those things, let's pin it right there. There's no question. You have
George
staff.
Stephanopoulos who had dinner at his house.
Why are you hanging out?
Can't do some Google?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you should, because he's journalist.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there are these. I get it. I just want to make sure that we're compartmentalizing a little bit. Not to say that they don't know that they're engaging in illegal activity. They just maybe aren't going, I'm with a kid fucker who's using this as potential blackmail or as an intelligence asset.
Very true. And that's important. So let's get into actually sex trafficking and actually that whole ring.
Don't let me speed you up.
You're fine.
On your...
So 1991 to 2005, I call this the Epstein heyday. So this is, I've gained control of the Wexner empire. I've transferred these assets and these properties into my name. Ghislaine is here. And now it's on. So if you look from that, the Ghislaine Maxwell trial describes many of these Ohio properties being used specifically for sex trafficking purposes, right? So these are just in late 1994, late 1995. Basically, we move from that point forward. The Palm Beach, Virgin Islands, connection begins to materialize. We have the house in Palm Beach. We have the compound in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The
That's
Lolita
Epstein's
Express.
Island,
that's
right?
the Epstein Island.
Yeah.
We have the Virgin Island that's acquired under the Epstein basically estate. Then we have the Lolita Express that's purchased, the private jet. So all of the pieces that are now famous, these all come into play between 91 and 2005. This was the heyday of the Epstein empire.
And is this where you see the images of him and Trump hanging
Yes,
out?
exactly. 2002, that's when we have the first image. Although, I have it in my notes for the Trump-Epstein relationship. Let me go ahead and find that.
Don't let me speed you up.
No, it's fine.
Stay on this.
So 2002, Trump says, I've known Jeff for 15 years. So basically putting the relationship back to the 1980s. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said he likes beautiful women as much as I do. Many of them are on the younger side, no doubt about it. Jeffrey enjoys his social life. So that's Donald Trump in 2002. Just again, to show everybody here what we're dealing with for the open secret. All right. So, yeah. He likes them on the younger side. He said it. And if you want, there's video if you want to go ahead and play it. I have the YouTube link from NBC News of them hanging out. Let me find, footage from 1992, actually. Can you go ahead and click that one? It's a YouTube link. It's from a NBC News package in 2002. It's some B-roll that actually shows them hanging out. So here we go. This is the famous... they're all hanging out together. And by the way, I haven't showed this yet, but there are photos of Trump and Robert Maxwell hanging out together as well in the past. So he certainly knew a lot of these individuals. We can see him dancing. They're at a party. Apparently in the mid-2000s, there was a party that was thrown involving Victoria's Secret models that was put on by Epstein and another associate of Donald Trump, where they all hung out. So just putting that out there.
Who that other guy is.
I actually don't know. I love his tie. It's very 1990s. So anyway, look, the footage, it all exists. And I'm sparing nobody here. I want to be
to your earlier point, the super rich, the super elite is kind of a small circle.
It's incredibly
small circle.
They all know each other.
So
if
in 15 years,
hanging out,
you're going to hear some whispers about one of your friends.
It's not even a whisper. He said it out loud on the record.
Trump
did. He just said it.